All right. So I know I said this before, but now I'm going to say it again. If you've made it this far, that means that you've really done the hard work of learning this arrangement, because everything that's left is easy in comparison. And I want you to know that even for something that's slow, like this arrangement, because it's a slow tempo, and there's nothing really flashy, I've had to practice this a lot to achieve a certain level of consistency and learn where to find the strength in my hands so that I don't become fatigued, so that I don't hurt my hand. So even though it's slow, be patient with yourself and enjoy the learning process. Okay, so up until now, we've done the intro and we did the entire first 16 bars. The next 16 bars is practically identical. Going into it, I like to do a slightly different bluesy riff. The lyric is, one of these mornings. So I like to go blah, 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 do blah, blah. Let me just demonstrate the riff coming out of the end of the last part. So hush, little. This is coming out of the end. Now here's the new riff. Okay, so let me show you what that is. I kind of, by instinct, I kind of come to mute everything. You'll notice I go into a little bit of a funny position because I want that sound of all the music stopping. And 7th fret to 10th fret, then again. Okay, and then we're back in. Okay. I found, for example, making the YouTube video for this one of these spots where you can bend a string and dig into a blues feeling are going to be what make the arrangement sparkle. You know, it's kind of like when you're eating a little piece of cake and there's just this little sweet little nuggets. So these little bluesy things are these extra sweet little nuggets, like a chocolate chip, let's say, in a cookie. So you want to make those sound as good as you can. It's more than just the melody of Summertime that gives the juice and the feeling to this arrangement. Okay, so the other thing that I'd like to show you where it might differ a little bit is when we get to the A minor chord. It's coming. Now, I kind of, you'll notice I go, and I hit that a little later. I'm not really 100% sure of the lyric right there. That's how I tend to always play it. But, so you can fool around with that phrasing. Everybody knows it's summertime. The closer you can get to matching the lyric, great. But if it doesn't match exactly, I think you will still get an A in solo guitar playing. So this verse basically plays out all the same. There's no need to play it again. It's just the riff going in. It's the second time through the 16 bars, and it's going to go all the way up to hush, little. This is the second time now. And then the third time, have a thing that I do as a solo chorus, okay, which I'm going to show you in the next video because I wanted to make the arrangement long enough. It gives a nice little departure from the melody. I think at Hush Little Baby, this thing, within the solo chorus, that's where we bring it back to the melody. So let's go on to the next video, and I'll show you the solo chorus with these blues chords. All right. God bless. All right. We're back. So in this video, I'm going to show you what I do on the solo chorus of the song. We're going to be doing a bluesy riff over the changes to Summertime up until the Hush Little Baby portion where we go back to the original song. Actually, let me sing you the musical intention before we start looking at the guitar and getting all into what the fingers are doing. So, hush little bum bum boom blah blah. This is the second time. Blank oh blank bum dum do go dum go dum. Here we go. New idea. Bang oh ba ba. Blum blum blah blum blah blum blah ba. Bum bum bang do dang go dang do 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 do. Blah da go da da. Boom, boom, bang, 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 go, do, bang. Okay, let's do that much so far. We're going to use this very flexible chord shape. Let me just play this for you one time. You've already done it. First finger, fourth finger, third finger. Okay. We're going to be... We're going to be sliding this around between the 3rd fret, the 5th fret, and the 6th fret. Okay, let me show you next what I'm doing on the right hand. The right hand is a little mysterious. I sort of change this. I'm still looking for a nice way to do it. Sometimes I just brush a finger if I want it to sound a little dirtier and bluesier. Sometimes I use all 3 fingers. Often that sounds a little too clean for me. Sometimes I just spread my index and middle with the G and the E string, and I brush other strings with that. Not a very precise technique, but sometimes it gets me the right sound, depending on how my hands feel that day. Okay, so the other thing you'll need to know about the right hand, you're going to see some back strikes, and these are coming in these spots. Watch. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. So if we had a drummer going, bap, boom, boom, chicka, chicka, bap, chicka, boom, boom, bap. It's right where the drummer would be hitting a snare drum. Okay, so now I'm going to do just the top part without any of the bass notes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so I ended on some jazzy chords there that are going to lead us into the A minor. Let me just show you real quick what those are. That's sort of a B minor 11 type voicing. And then just slide it all down. Okay. So one more time. I'm going to do exactly what I did before, just so you can watch it again. A 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Bum, 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 bum. Now, all of this even though it might sound bluesy and gutsy, everything falls exactly in time. So even this slide, that's the first of 1, 2, 3. That falls on numbers 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So by placing these directly with the 12/8, you'll get that bluesy feeling. Okay, now let's add some bass to it. I put the bass here. See where I just put the low E's? That was the first one. So bump, bump. Okay. Boom, boom, bam, bump, back, do back, back, bump, bump, back, bump, go down. Bed up, bump, bump, bump. Okay. Just watch my hand here. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so forgive me if it's a little bit different from time to time. The main idea is that the thumb goes boom, boom, check, boom, boom, check, boom, boom, check, boom, boom, check. You just want some rhythm section support, the way you'd want a bass drum if you were playing in a band to hit in that spot. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is end this segment, and then let's go to the next video where I show you the sort of jazzy Wes Montgomery influenced changes for the next part of the solo section. All right. All right. Now we're on part 2 of the solo section on Summertime. And this is what I call the Wes Montgomery jazz flavored section. And it's in the last video we did this riff on the E minor 7 to A7. So now we're going to deal with the next section. Let me show you the idea behind this, the harmonic idea behind this section first. Because, again, this is something I play a little bit different every time, but if you understand what the musical intention is, then you can also improvise and have fun with how you'd like to play it. I'm throwing in some different changes. I'm going to play a big honkin' bar chord here first. I'm playing A minor 9, bar at the 5th fret. This is not necessarily how we're going to play it in the arrangement, but I just want you to see this. And then a D sus, so just keep the bar, but you're going to make the bass note. Take away the 3rd finger. Bass note is on the on the 5th string, so it's. Then we're going to move it down 2 frets. Okay. This is the harmonic background. Then we're going to do a B sus chord. I like to do it like this. Again, if you're not a fan of this thumb over the top, you can do it like this, bar at the 7th fret, 3rd and 4th finger. C13. This will all make sense when I put it in rhythm. Right now it's just a bunch of chords, so just hang with it, and I'll perform it for you in a minute. and then you're going to end there. Here I'm going to play you just the basic rhythmic idea with no moving bass lines, just so you can hear it in the flow. Okay? So we've got... Now watch. This is just a bunch of chords, I know. And then we're going to go further on. But let me show you what I do now to sort of make this a little bit cleaner for fingerstyle guitar. I try to go like this. Then I do a sort of a walk down. Boom, boom, boom. So, see what I just did? And then, now, that would be the ideal if I could play that every time, but I'm not 100% settled on it, so. Let me show you that riff. That's how I'm getting into it. Okay. Let's do this now, this, what I call this Wes Montgomery jazzy section. And again, you might have seen that when I showed you the chords, I had this third finger down, but when I did it like this, it wasn't down. That's because if I'm playing with my thumb and I'm landing there, I'm not worried about this string ring. But if I'm strumming, I need to make sure I have that B. Okay. You can also even use an open A string if you want, which is perfectly acceptable. Just depends on what feels good to you. Okay, so I'm going to play you the solo chorus now up until this, up until that high riff. Okay, so here we go. Solo chorus. 1, 2, ready, and. Again. Let me show you what that is, because then we're at the end of all the new material. Then we're just going to go to Hush Little Baby at that point. The Hush Little Baby. So after this high riff, you go. You've seen this. Now comes something new. Okay, so here's an E chord. I like to play 2 Bs. So I'm playing open B. Just to always have something ringing open. And then nice and easy. This is super easy. Watch. A minor 7. Okay. Then slide it up to the 7th fret. Let me show you what that is. B, E flat. And in case you're wondering what that's called, this has this horribly jazzy name. It's a D13 flat 9. But as long as you put your fingers there, that's all you need to know. Okay. Let me play that for you one more time. The whole solo chorus, up until there. Okay. A 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Second time. Then bang. Okay, hush little baby. Okay, so let's go on to the next video because we're going to take it from Hush Little Baby, and there are a couple variation things that I do on the last phrase. We're going to repeat it a couple times. So, all right, let's go on to the next lesson. All right, welcome back. We are almost at the end of the summertime arrangement. Basically, what's going to happen now is we're going to play the Hush Little Baby, Don't You Cry. We're going to play that 3 different ways and end the tune. So up until now, we've done intro, then the 16-bar tune, then the 16-bar tune. And in the last couple of videos, we've done this solo chorus. And so right now we're about to end the solo chorus. Last video, you ended on this fancy D7 chord. So let's look at the Hush Little Baby. Okay. This is all the same. This is all the same. Now, the first time we're going to go C9, B7, sharp 9, sharp 5, then, and you're going to do your sha-na-na bass again. A minor 7 or D7. Let me do that in time for you so that it makes rhythmic sense. Okay, so here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and Okay, that was the first time. Immediately following that, we're going to do the exact same thing right up until the last chords, except the chords, instead of coming down from C, we're going to do these sets of chords. That's the first chord, B7. We're going to go up to C9, where I'm barring the top 3 strings. And now watch. Doing a C sharp 7 with the open B and E string, and we're going to do a walk down bass. Okay. You can throw the B string in there if you want to. And then now watch this. This is basically like an F bar chord, but I'm leaving the top 2 strings open. Okay. So what I'll do now, I'll play both of these Hush Little Baby phrases so that you can see one time with the harmony coming down and then one time with the harmony going up. And then we're going to stop and hang on this F chord because we're going to do something extra special for the third and final time we do the phrase. Okay, here we go. A 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Second time. We're going to just hold that. Okay. So there's a huge degree of flexibility built into this because if you want to groove it a different way or pluck a different way with your right hand, that's fine. Okay. I want you to play. You start by learning my version, but ultimately I want you to play your version. Okay, now for the third and final phrase, we're going to do the Hush Little Baby melody and throw in some harmonics. So check this out. Bottom part of a G chord, and I'm putting all 3 fingers up here. I want to make sure that I don't hit the E string. I'm probably going to leave this anchored here to make my hand position secure, the 3rd finger. So now watch. Slowly roll up. Now watch this. Hush, little. See that? Bum, bum. That's the hush, little. So the roll-up chord is like accompaniment leading into the melody. Then the E string, then the G harmonic. So hush, little baby. And then what I like to do after that is just play a C bass note on the 8th fret. On the 8th fret, excuse me. Let that ring a little bit. Then I go 12th fret harmonic do, 7th fret on the D string, don't. And now watch what I do here. 2nd fret, slide up to the 8th, then down to the 7th. Let's just take it that far because this is a lot of new stuff here. Okay, here we go. Now, let's take it from this point. I do a combination of notes with harmonics and open strings and fretted notes. I go. Those are the first 4. It's 7th fret, 6th fret on the A string, open 3rd string, open 2nd string. Now watch this. Go to the 13th fret, D string, and then the 12th fret harmonic. Okay? So you're actually rolling up what's called an augmented triad, in case you're curious. You're going... Okay? You're going to let that last note hang. This is do. And then the last one's going to be cry, and then boom. Just like in the intro. This is the last chord. I'm going to show you exactly what that is. It's kind of a bizarro hand position, and I'll show you a variation in case this is troublesome for you. You don't have to play it exactly as I play it. Okay, here's what I play. Open E, 10th fret, 11th fret, 12th fret, B string is open, and then the pinky on the 14th fret. You might not be able to see this in the hands videos. Let's go to the center cam. You'll see I have to lean down, and that brings my left shoulder down. So rather than sitting up straight and hulking my wrist out like this and hurt, because I can feel this stresses, what I'll do is I'll bring my nose down to my left hand, which immediately changes all the angles and everything here. And then this, you'll see the guitar even leans a little forward. So what it's really like is it's like my hand and my face are closer together, and I'm pulling the whole arm like I'm hugging the guitar. I'm pulling that closer to my body like this, using the muscles in my bicep. So that's a whole different set of muscles that are not going to get hurt, because it's a bigger muscle set. So rather than ooh, and then trying to squeeze my hand, which maybe a lot of guitarists, or maybe you would even do if all you saw was the tablature. This is the technique. And then you can kind of wiggle the guitar. For that type of position, that's very often the reason that you'll see a classical guitarist using a footstool. So I trained in that traditional classical way. So this is what I have to do sitting normally to achieve the same thing with my left hand. Okay. So I'd like to end this video segment, but before I end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the middle of the solo chorus and play it all the way through to the end for you so you can see everything coming one after the other. I'm going to start at the second time we do this bluesy thing, okay? So here we go. A 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. First, Hush Little Baby. Second one. Now with the harmonics. This is out of time. Then and that's Summertime. All right, let's go to the quick recap video. Congratulations on getting this far. All right. All right, welcome back. Congratulations, you've made it through the Summertime lesson series. This is a very cool one to play in any kind of situation you're in. Restaurant, gigs, concert, wherever. And I hope that you have fun working on this one. It's probably going to present some challenges to you, but just practice nice and slow. I'm going to do a quick, very quick talk down of the form just to get you 100% clear on it. Okay. Let's go. First thing, 4 times you're going to, for 4 measures, you're going to do. Intro. Right then. And you can throw in the high E string, or you can just do. You can mix it. Have fun with that. That's going to be 4 times. Intro. Then the 16-bar tune, which I pretty much went over in the lessons. Then again, the 16-bar tune with practically no variation. Then, so you've done 4 bars, 16-bar tune, 16-bar tune. Then we're going to do another 16 bars, but the first half is going to be, or more than the first half, is going to be what I call the solo section. With this bluesy chord stuff, followed by the Wes Montgomery chord stuff. Right? Then a little bit more of the bluesy stuff. And then at Hush Little Baby, at that point, you're coming to the end of the tune. There's 3 variations on that. First one has the descending chord changes. Next one has the ascending chord changes. And the very last one has the harmonics, which I showed you in the previous video. So that's it. I hope that you have a lot of fun working on this one. And please feel free to contact me if you have a tricky spot. I look forward to seeing your uploads of this one on studywithadam.com. And, you know, even if you're starting to work on it, and if you want to work on the groove or in a particular section, you can upload just a small piece to me, and I'll give you tips and tricks. All right. Thanks so much for watching. God bless.